Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Easter to you all. I just wanted to show you this last little card, which is a little peekaboo or punch-out card. So I just thought I'd show you, this was the card, one of the cards that I demoed last weekend at the free make and take that I held. So I just thought I'd show this to you, and it's a great way of using up leftover scrapbooking paper that you've got. I did this as a full, so I've covered the full card base. I'll get my words right in a second. This one I've just partially done it. And then this one I've also done it partially. So whatever you prefer, you make it up your own way. And you could use different punches. I just quite liked this punch, and this punch is in last chance at the moment, so I think it's called Heartfelt Hexagonal punch. So normally I think $44, and I think it's down to $30 something. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but it's definitely reduced and it is going. And there's quite a few other punches in the last chance as well. So if you've had these punches on your wish list, then please go in and grab it now. So the first thing that we're going to do is just folding our card in half so that that's in half. So we've got an idea of where we want to punch. Now I always, with the Stampin' Up punches, they're really lovely because they not fold down, but they come down into a smaller size, and they've just got this little clip here that clips them into place. So they're great for storing, because they store nice and flat when you close that little clip up. So we'll just open that because we're going to use it. Now I like to see where I'm punching, so I take it kind of all the way down and a little bit to the side. So that's where I'm going to punch. So don't get rid of this piece, because this is the piece that we use for the background here. And this little scalloped frame from the Scalloped Wishes Bundle, it fits really nicely, and we just need, then we've got our little leaves that go over the bottom that cover that area there. So we've got that done. Now I'm just going to give this a score down, just so that it's, oops, let's move the old camera. So we're just going to score that down, and we're going to pop our little message in first. So I'm just using a little thank you here. So just inking up and stamping in the middle. Then thanks to the lovely Anne, she came up with this great idea, and this is what's so wonderful about women getting together, coming together and inspiring each other. So that's why I love crafting with other people, because someone is always going to come up with a lovely idea. Now I just had the sentiment as this, and we're using the lovely reeds with the scallops, with the scalloped frame, but Anne came up with this lovely idea of stamping inside. Now when I'm stamping things like reeds, I always tend to stamp them off the page a little bit, so they look as if they're growing out from the bottom of the page rather than stamping them in mid-air. So I've stamped once and then stamped a second time, so you're getting that second generation inking there. And then when you close the card up, you can see the wreaths through the Peekaboo. So I think that was just a lovely idea. Thanks, Anne. So then we're going to punch, we may as well, while we're stamping, we may as well stamp on our little frame. So again, we're going to do that first generation. So again, slightly off the bottom of the page and then slightly lower without re-inking. So you're getting that first and second generation going on. And then we may as well, while we're here, just finish off this piece. And we're just going to blend a little bit. And that's Misty Moonlight, the blue that I'm using. So just popping that around the edge. Then while we're here, we may as well put our little frame on. And hopefully my glue is working. Got a little bit of, hopefully that's got it. Oh yeah. So just drizzling a little bit of glue around the frame and then just lining it up. So it doesn't matter about the bottom. We're just trying to get that on the top because we won't see the bottom. So just press that down for a little minute. And then just, oops, did it move? Did move just a bit, didn't it? There we go. So that's all lined up and ready to go. So I'm just going to plonk that over there. Put that on my glue so it doesn't dry up. Plonk that away. Now for the punching. Now these are the two papers I've picked. So they're from the Beautiful Gallery range. So they're gorgeous papers. Now the bundle, not the bundle, but the separate, the stamps and dies, they're in the last chance as well. And I don't know if the papers are, but I know the stamp sets that are in that collection, in that suite are. So if you want those stamps and dies, then go have a look. So this paper, I didn't really want to use that side, but I like the brown here, but I just wanted to stamp something on it because for me that's just a little bit plain. So what I thought I'd do is just stamp the droplets. So they're drizzling droplets. So any background will work. And I'm just going to stamp with the blue, but I want it just to be pale. So I'm going to do second generation. So I'm going to stamp that off and then I'm going to stamp it onto our paper. Okay, so you're just getting a bit of stuff going on there. And then I'm just going to stamp again down the bottom. Okay, so we just got a bit of a pattern. Now, I thought, oh, well, let's make this really flowery and see what it turns out like. So I thought I'd just plonk some flowers on there as well and just see how that looks. So we probably need, I don't know, say 3 of these flowers. Do 3 of that piece. I'll do another one in over here. Yes. And we'll do 3 of this one. So I'll get a full piece. Now I want them to be going that way, didn't I? I'll just chop that off so I can get that. There. And just make sure, and this is the other other reason I look at it here is because I can really get in exactly. So I'm not wasting cardstock or paper. So just cut off so that you can go, might just get a little half piece. Oh no, I'm going to get a whole one here. There we go. Okay, so that's that. So now we're just going to edge around all of these with the blue, with the Misty Moonlight, just again to tone them in. So if you're using paper that's very different, then this is a way that helps tie the papers in together. So if you want them to stand out and look different, that's fine. But if you're wanting them to blend in, then just giving them a little blend around the edge with your ink is a way to just sort of help things match in or blend in. So I think that's enough. Now we just get our tape, and I just tend to pop 3 bits of tape on the back of each one. And again with tape, you don't need scissors, you can just tear it off. So I tend to anchor it and then tear it off against my thumbnail. So anchor it, see where you want it to go to, and then with your thumbnail, just tear it off. Last one. I know this is a little bit boring watching this. Sorry, I should have had these prepared earlier. But, you know, these things happen. Okay, so then all we're going to do now is pop them. Now, if you don't have fingernails, this is where you take your pick, is great for getting the backing off your tape. So if you just pop it in at an angle, it just helps you get your tape off. So then I'm just going to line it up as best I can. That there. I've cut my fingernails this morning, so I don't have nice long fingernails to get off. We just need a little bit here. So I'm just going to do the side, down the side. So again, just making things nice and even. And I'm going to put that one up there. And that one or that one? I think this one here. And then I can just put a little bit of that one there. What do you reckon? Is that okay? Okay, I might do that. So yeah, you could do the full card front, or like I'm doing here, you could just do part of it. I'm just going to pop that in the corner about there. Okay, then, oops, stuck to there. So now we're just going to take off the extra bits. So just making sure you don't cut your actual card. You're just cutting the paper. And then again, you can always put those aside and make another card with them, or you can just pop them in the bin. Okay, just trim that one off, and then we'll go back and get that corner bit. Okay, and then just that corner bit that didn't quite stick when I was pressing it down. Off. Okay, so we've got that now. So I think I'm quite happy with the placement of those hexagons. And now we're going to mount our little frame with dimensionals. So remember the dimensionals, you can use these edge bits, which is what I'm going to do now because I'd like to have slightly bigger bits. There. Just take those bits off. Take the backing off. And then work out. And I think about there is nice. Then we've got our little die cut pieces, which I die cut earlier. Now, I've done the dragonfly out of vellum. Like, how sweet are those wings? So again, this is from the Scalloped Wishes set, and the dragonfly body is quite detailed. But look at him. Isn't he pretty? So if we just put down a little dot of glue on the dragonfly wings, on the vellum, we place our little body over the top, and then we can just adjust him. Get him to stick down. So then he's ready to go. Then we've got our little leaves, and this is where we're going to just pop them. Oh look, I've left a little bit there. Come out, you. Though probably in the grand scheme of things it wouldn't have been seen anyway. So we just pop some leaves there, and the other leaves for the other side. So just needing a little bit of glue on the distal end of the stems, so down on this end of the stems, not needing to put it up to the top. The proximal end is what I'm saying, not the distal end. Okay, now for the back of the little dragonfly, you're just wanting a small piece. So we can just cut, actually, I'm just going to cut a little bit here. I think that will be enough. So again, this is where the little border piece comes in handy, because you can just cut off smaller bits if you need. So I might pop the little flowers on first, and then we can see where we want. And again, poking the dimensionals is fun. Oops, there's another body. I must have done two. Okay, because I'm notorious for losing them. So then just taking off the backing, popping our flowers down. A little blue one on top. And then we were gifted these lovely, oh no, weren't gifted, I think it was in the after hours play, we got these beautiful gems. So these are called dewdrop embellishments, so they'll be coming out in May when the new catalogue is released. So these are quite lovely. Take them up here so you can see them a bit more clearly. So how gorgeous are they? So you've got clear, the old olive and the misty moonlight. So we're just going to pop these on here. And again, the take your pick is a great tool to have for this. So I'm just going to put the blue on the white. So the little ones fit perfectly. And then a little clear one for the navy one. And then we've got our little dragonfly here. So then we just see where I think he might look nice. I'm thinking just there. What do you reckon? There, I think is good. And see how the wings automatically come up with a little bit of humidity in the air. The vellum wings come up. So just pressing him down, and then I think we'll use a little clear one for him. Oops, these little green ones popped off there. Okay, so that's our little card. I hope you like it, and I hope this has inspired you to have a little play yourself. And remembering that if you've got pattern paper at home that's a little bit plain, you can always zhuzh it up with a bit of stamping. I'm quite liking the way that that's turned out. Okay, happy crafting, everyone. Get in there, get into your craft rooms or your craft table as it is with me, and have a play. Okay, and I'd love to see your results. So always, you know, if ever you have a play that's inspired by something that I've created, please post a picture of it in the comments, because I'd love to see what you come up with. Because like Anne inspired us with this little piece here, it's lovely to get inspiration from other people. And you are all creatives, so enjoy the rest of the day. Have a lovely Easter weekend and stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye.